What's going on? Instagram, this is your boy T-Rod out here again in Atlanta. Here with my boy Andy. If you watch my stories, you will watch my wall, my IGTVs. I've been traveling nonstop, going to different cities, different places, doing lives with a lot of my Amazon automation clients so that we can, get up, you guys can hear the story, what they do for a living, what do they think about my service, and just being truly unbiased. So, bro, I appreciate you letting me come out here.
Yeah, appreciate you coming out.
Appreciate it. So why don't you introduce yourself, like how long you've lived in Atlanta, how long have you known me, how long have you had my service, just a couple of those things.
So my name's Andy, first of all. I've lived in Atlanta, Georgia all my life pretty much. I've known Tommy about since last year of like May. I flew out to Florida. I brought him some money to start the service, and honestly, it's probably one of the best investment decisions I made. Just meeting him, especially making money with him, is probably one of the best relationships you can make. So, the service has worked great for me. I bought my first store. I made pretty decent money off of it. I bought a second one. Now I'm buying my girlfriend a third one. So, I also brought a couple of my buddies to invest in the Amazon business as well, so all of us can make some money.
Awesome. So, what made you? You've been doing business. Again, guys, if you've been watching my videos, I swear I have to say that because I know a lot of people have an attention span and they probably don't watch more than 1 or 2 minutes of most of my videos that I throw up. But, we have clients making anywhere between $10K a month to clients making $100,000 net profit a month. Clients obviously have verified CPAs. They have bookkeepers. They have people double checking their numbers. We're going to get ready in a little while, obviously, during the middle of this video or whatever. We'll show his Amazon app, where his sales at. We're going to show his revenue, his profits, everything that you guys want to see. And again, you're not a paid actor, right? Like, I'm not paying you to be here. I'm not paying you to speak or anything like that. At the end of the day. So what made you want to get involved in my service, and were you referred by anybody?
Oh yeah, I was actually referred by my friend Jonathan Lamb, a childhood friend of mine. He was actually referred by one of your other clients who refers plenty of your clients from Atlanta. His name's Jay.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, ever since he introduced me to the service, it's just more like, I was just trying to find something to invest my money in that, where it's hands-free. I want to invest my money in something that pretty much where my money works for me rather than me working for it. So, I just gave it a shot, and honestly, like I said, it's been making me money.
Okay. So what do you do for a living?
I'm a real estate agent.
Okay.
I got a couple investment properties and stuff like that.
Passive income, which is obviously one of the ways to go. So as you guys heard him say that one of my other clients referred the person that actually referred him. It's became this like circle of just people referring people a lot to my service because of people are happy, people are getting results with my service. Otherwise, they wouldn't put their necks on the line and refer childhood friends, or like some of my other videos where one of my clients referred his brother and his wife. A lot of people wouldn't put their neck on the line if they knew the service wasn't working or it wasn't getting really the results that that they're hoping for. So you've also been a part of my Facebook group, obviously, for quite some time, and I know you're not really active on social media too much, but since you've been in, because I've done a lot of changes in this business, a lot of infrastructure growth and stuff like that, as far as customer service, phone support, hiring more staff, more team, more part of the team, excuse me. I think my mouth is a little dry today. But I guess what's your thoughts on like the stuff that you've seen, the changes that you've seen since you've joined? Because I know when you joined, at that moment, I was going through a little bit of infrastructure growth issues. Just like most businesses, if you grow a little bit too fast, you might pretty much, what's the word I'm thinking about? You might outgrow the prior infrastructure. And when that happens and you bring in too many people, it can cause an influx of problems, issues, customer service issues. So I guess, in your unbiased opinion, what is your thoughts on the growth that's been since you came in to now?
So when I first joined the company, I thought it was going to be like, kind of like the best thing in the world. At first, communication was a little slow and stuff like that. But I can honestly say with this year, starting at the beginning of this year, with you, inviting Melissa to join the team and stuff like that, she has raised the bar up to another standard to honestly where it's like, everything is on point now. Communication's on point. everybody on the team knows what they're doing. Everybody is running it right. Money's coming in. You know, then there's pretty much no complaints.
Yeah. And, you know, and I appreciate that unbiased because, again, most of my videos or my IG stories or IG lives that I do with clients, just overall, anytime that I talk about my service, again, I try to let people know the ups and the downs. I don't just come on here and just show you all these stores that are doing $50,000, $100,000 a month in profit. We have clients who are doing $1,000 to $2,000 a month because of certain issues. Maybe they just started, maybe they don't have a lot of capital, whatever. I like to be truly transparent about my service because those who know, again, I charge $25,000 for my service. It's not a cheap $997 course or whatever the case is. I like to be truly transparent about what people expect, what's, you know, what can be expected, about suspensions, about problems, you know, and obviously the pros outweigh the cons. That's why so many people buy it and so many people are willing to risk it. And, you know, I don't know about you, but any type of entrepreneurship, there is risk. It doesn't matter what kind of business you want to do, brick and mortar, real estate, Amazon automation, or anything else, Forex, trading stocks, it doesn't matter. Entrepreneurship has risk. Doesn't matter. There's no safe bet. There's no safe such thing as, like, you know, being safe when it comes to trying to be your own boss and make your own income. So, you know, again, we talk a lot about suspensions, problems, issues. Now, those who do know, suspensions on Amazon, again, are a real thing. I talk about it all the time. We have about 7 to 8% of our clients actually suspended out of 600 plus stores, which, if you ask me, most other people out there, even most competitors and copycats, they're dealing with like 25, 30, 35% suspensions. We have about 7 to 8%. So I could truly say that in a really happy way, that I'm really happy with the work that my team's doing. And even over this weekend, we got about 5, 6 stores back. So that being said, has your store ever been suspended?
No,
Amazon?
My store's never been suspended, but you know, there are points where, like, you know, it's very slow in the beginning.
Yes.
You know, it's a slow growth process. So, you know, if you're expecting to make money within 12 months, then, you know, obviously this is not going to work out. But like, if you give it time, it's kind of like stocks. You know, you buy a stock, you give it some time, money's going to come in regardless. So
Correct.
you just let it sit.
We do preach, and obviously to piggyback off that, we do preach that this is a 12 to 18 month investment. And again, a lot of my clients have made their investments back in 4 months, 6 months, 8 months, 10 months, some obviously 12 months. Hell, some people did have to go, you know, 16 to 18 months to 19 months. There's no guarantees. I can't really tell you. No two stores are ever like his store and somebody else's store, even if they have the same capital, could have different problems with Amazon customers, different VA issues, so many different hiccups that could revolve around stores being suspended. Now, when we show his numbers in a little bit, I mean, his store is not currently suspended, and it hasn't been so. And your store's been running since what, June last year, 2019? July 2019. Never been suspended, so it's been, what, 16, 17 months? Mm-hmm. Do you know when you made your initial investment back off your first store that you can recall?
I probably made it back, I'd say within 11 to 12 months.
11 to 12. Now, keep in mind, the sheets that we have here is all for this year, and it's not even the whole month of this month, but he believes by the time his store started up to certain points in this, like current year that we're in, he made his investment back in about 11, 12 months. Do you have an accountant?
Yes, I do, but I need to get a new one though.
A new one, okay. Have an accountant and a bookkeeper is super important. Obviously, with my services, again, in my legal contract, I make it very important to have one. And the reason why is because it's business. Little profit or big profit doesn't really matter. Anybody that's coming into my business, or obviously, again, my service, you want to try to set up somebody to run your books, because you should want to know that your books and the numbers that we give you guys are very accurate. And again, this is why I stress having a bookkeeper and a CPA, or again, somebody who does both in every single one of my IGTVs, because it's just, we don't want to just give people, again, their sheets and be like, oh yeah, you made $13,000 this month, without you actually truly knowing for your own self if those numbers are accurate. And again, this is why I stress it on every single one of my videos. And before I go any further, I do obviously want to say that towards the end of this video, we will get to, you know, questions and answers, and answer, again, some people's questions towards the end of this video, for those who, you know, maybe have some questions that's regarding this, the service or the business. So you've never been suspended. You've seen a lot of growth. You've referred a couple of your friends that are even here today, obviously, to the service. Have you seen, again, and I don't know if you answered it in the beginning, but have you seen many other things out there that can give you this kind of return quickly? Being in real estate and a couple other things.
Not hands-free.
Not
You know,
hands-free.
like as far as passive income, usually most of the time you have to put in the work to be able to get the passive income going,
Yeah.
you know. As far as this business, you literally just put up the investment, the initial, the fee, and then pretty much you set everything up, and then once your stores runs and you just let it do its thing, let Tommy and his team take care of you, and you know it's gonna grow regardless. So.
Okay. Now, with some of the profits that you made with this business, can you tell some people one of the accomplishments? And we actually didn't discuss it, or if you've seen it in the beginning of this video, you might have seen a new toy that you were able to buy because of the profits with this business. Why don't you tell the crowd what you actually bought? And I believe you even said Amazon Automation paid for that vehicle for you, and it pays for the monthly payments and everything like that.
Right.
So why don't you tell the crowd what you got? Again, you might have seen it if you watched the beginning of this video. So by the time this is out, again, you're going to see the clips and what it is. But what kind of car did you get?
I got a 2019 AMG GT63S.
You paid for that with this service. Like this service paid for that car.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's paying for it.
Yeah, my profits went toward the car. I also had a trade-in toward the car. So, you know, the trade-in plus the profits from the Amazon was enough to secure the loan for the car. And then pretty much the monthly payments, Amazon is taken care of.
Pretty freaking amazing, bro.
Bro, it's awesome.
And guys, if you've seen the car, you can clearly tell it's a pretty sweet car. It's not faster than mine, but I mean, hey, still a pretty sweet car.
We're
gonna race soon. So why don't we get ready? We're gonna show his Amazon app. Those who know that the app is just revenue. Now, again, you've seen a lot of stores that are doing $200,000 a month, $150,000, $300,000, $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 a month in revenue, right? Now, his store, I believe, was off even for a little while. And was it because of capital? Was it something we did? I remember that your store was off for a little while. Is that correct?
Yeah, it was off because I ran into a little capital issue. I told Tommy and his team, scale my store. I need it up. But, you know, I didn't have the right credits in line at the moment. So I had to get that squared away. But, you know, pretty much at this point, we're running it back up.
Correct, we are. So, and what we mean by that, guys, is having available credit to scale your store to higher limits. So some people get credit cards where you can't process more than 15 orders a day. That's a problem. Some people get a card that only has 15,000 on it, and we run through that, and then the other card is giving them issues, freezes, problems. So, and again, this is stuff that I've discussed on every single one of my video with each one of my clients. So obviously every client's issues or problems is obviously going to arise now again. So his store, as far as right now is concerned, it's doing a little bit on the smaller side in revenue, but realistically, we like to show you a lot of the videos that people are doing crazy revenue, crazy profits to high revenue and high profits. We obviously want to balance out, so I'm going to have my man over here show you his store. Just pull it down so you guys can see what it's at the last 30 days. Let's show the app. We could share that with them.
Last 30 days.
So
you guys can see
if you want to point that at the camera, swipe down on the screen.
So just did a little bit over 18K in sales this month.
In the last 30 days.
Right.
Okay. Now, can you switch that to the last 12 months?
Last 12 months. So
And guys, keep in mind, this is with the store being off for a little minute, too.
12 months. We'll pull it down. So we're at, you know, almost at 400 grand for the year.
That's not bad.
I mean, for 12 months.
Yeah, it's not bad. And guys, what I want to stress this before we before we show the spreadsheets and everything, like I said, revenue is sexy, but it doesn't pay the bills.
Right.
You can have $18,000 to $20,000 in sales in a 30-day period and still be making $3, $4, $5, $6K a month, etc. Or you could be making $1,500 to $2K. The margins will vary. We have clients doing anywhere between 10% to clients doing 45 to 50%. This is 100% drop shipping on Amazon. Been doing this model since 2014. So with that said, the sheet we have here, again, we're going to show his profits. This was updated as of all this year. Has the refund charges, has everything that you guys need to see. So why don't you pick that up and just kind of just show them month by month where we were at. I think in January we had a little bit of a hiccup.
Mm-hmm. And then also I'd like to point out that, you know, just because this month you made 100K in revenue doesn't mean that's your most profitable month.
Correct.
One of my months in July, I didn't do that much in sales, but you can already tell that I made the most profit in that month with 64% ROI. You know, my best sales was, I believe, in May, where I did like almost 100K in sales within 30 days. So, you know, it's not all about revenue, it's about ROI.
Correct. I like how you worded that. It makes perfect sense, and I really hope people understand that, because a lot of people get hyped up and they get excited about, ooh, revenue. Yes, revenue is so great, you know, but again, profit's the only thing. So when people are talking about, oh, my company does X, Y, and Z on revenue or this kind of revenue, it's like, that's great, but what's the profit? You know what I mean?
Right.
So you've made your investment back. It's been about 11 to 12 months. You bought a second store, and guys, this is his first store. The second store, we're not launching until January, because in the middle of fourth quarter, it's extremely risky. He doesn't want to risk it. He'd rather wait, because a store that doesn't have what we call the buy box and all these other things, that going into fourth quarter, just, you know, without the buy box, and again, in the middle of fourth quarter, is extremely dangerous. And again, he's buying a third store for his girlfriend, which is freaking amazing, if you ask me. And those who know, guys, obviously he'll have a few more entries, obviously, for the Rolls Royce giveaway.
Hey.
So, which is pretty awesome. So those who know, the Rolls Royce giveaway entails, if you don't have my service and you want to promote it and you get 3 people, you qualify as 1 entry. If you're a client and you refer 1 person, or every single person that you do refer automatically qualifies as an entry. Sorry, I'm looking at my girlfriend who's laughing over here, and I can see from the side of my eyes.
The way he says quarter.
The way he says quarter. It's a Boston thing. Leave me alone. From Boston, living in Florida. So you've been happy with the service. Again, you referred people. Mm-hmm. You got one of your dream cars that you've been waiting to get for quite some time.
Right.
And you're putting your girlfriend on to have a store. Now, when you joined me in 2019, did I tell you all the risks, though? Did I tell you about suspensions? Did I tell you capital problems? Did I mention everything, or was there anything that you thought that you know now that I left on the table?
Absolutely, bro. I feel like you were 100% transparent. You know, you weren't money hungry. It wasn't like, you know, I showed up and you're like, hey, where's the money? Let me get it so I can start your store now, you know?
Yeah.
It was more of, hey, let me tell you what's could happen before you give me your money and sign the contract, you know?
Yes.
So it was just kind of like, okay, beware before type of thing, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? And I feel like you did a pretty good job, you know, telling me what could happen, what you will do to try to fix the issue, and, you know, further on whatever, you know? So, I feel like everything was pretty transparent.
I appreciate it. And guys, as you even saw on his app, if you noticed, and I wanted to say it then, but he was talking about something else, and then again, just like you guys, I'm ADD as well, so I get off track, or I start thinking about 8 million other things. So as you've seen with his one store, it said at the top, if you've noticed it, maybe you didn't, and I'm just now pointing it out, but it said at risk of deactivation. What this means is, obviously, this is at risk of suspension. Doesn't mean he's going to get suspended. He could be, the metrics on certain parts of your account health want you to stay under a certain percentage. The most common one is order defect rate. They want you to stay under what you call 1%. If you go over at 1.01, you can get at that at risk. I've had clients go all the way up to 5%, 10%, 15%, and then my team did everything we could, and we got those numbers back down to 0.40, 0.30, and they never got suspended. Some clients go to 1.02, and they get hit with a ding, and they get suspended. So what do we do when suspensions happen? We have our appeal team that's in the States. They handle your account. We send in appeals to work on getting your account back. In very rare cases, out of all the suspensions I've ever had, I've had maybe 2 or 3 clients that weren't able to get the store back because they might have tried to submit their own appeal or submit, fake invoices on their own or whatever the case is. And those are obviously extremely hard because now Amazon's thinking you're trying to cheat the system and fraud them. Even over this weekend, like I said, we got about 5-6 stores back from suspensions, which to me is obviously great. The team's working, the team's calling on behalf of our clients. They're sending in appeals. We're doing everything we can to keep, clients live and up. So what kind of feedback would you have? Where are we at on time too, actually, before we go any further? 19 minutes. This is probably one of our quicker videos, unless I talk for another 15 minutes. So you've been a part of the group. You referred a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Your store's making money right now passively while you handle another business and doing what you want. What kind of advice would you say to anybody who's watching this? Because when you met me, we weren't best friends, right? Like, we didn't know each other.
Right.
I'm not giving you some type of special treatment on your store, like, because we're best friends. And I bring that up, and the paper disappeared. And I bring that up because I know from time to time people will think that, when I do these lives, and I know last week I did miss it. If you're watching this video, not that it might be relevant at this point, but I did miss it because me and my client, we were going to do the live, had a miscommunication, and then things just kind of got busy. But sometimes when I do these lives, a lot of people, should I say, will think, especially haters, people who are trying to compete with me, whatnot, they will say you're cherry picking. You're finding people who have results. Obviously I'm going to go out there if they have results. That's kind of the point. But they think I'm, giving special treatment to certain people. And again, I can't say it enough that if you watch a lot of my stuff, that I show clients that have been in for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, people I've never even met. So I'm not giving special treatment to him or anybody else that's, that I'm doing these lives with. These are clients that are just getting results with the service. Even when he was having hiccups with the store, he never gave me shit. He understood the business. He understood the risk. So, we try to throw everything out there and put it on the table for you guys, from the good, the bad, the ugly, so that you guys can make an informed decision if this is something that you feel is a right fit for you. And obviously we have to see if you're a right fit to work with us and if you even qualify. So what kind of advice, I don't know if you answered it, but did you already give the advice to the people that's watching? You met me, you didn't know who I was. Anybody that's watching this that's never met me, what kind of advice do you have for them? Obviously you're getting results. So what kind of advice would you give to them?
Honestly, it was just one of those things where it's just like, hey, I trust my boy who put me on to you, who introduced me to you.
Yeah.
I trust the guy who introduced him, because he, obviously his face card is pretty good around here, and he's making a pretty good living for himself already. So, when those type of caliber people tell me that, hey, Tommy doing this, doing that, he's doing, providing Amazon services for this and this, I was like, hey, let me go meet the guy. I'm not just gonna give nobody just 25 grand. Yeah. That's a lot of money.
Yes.
Growing up, I didn't even have $1,000. You know what I mean? So, I had to fly out there, meet him myself. I got to feel how he is. You know what I'm saying? And again, he's a pretty transparent guy. He lets you know what it is. He lets you know that if you're scared of losing your 25 grand, then honestly, you're not fit for the business. Because, even the $99 call, if you're not even wanting to pay for the $99 call, it's just kind of like, are you even going to pay for the service type of thing,
Exactly.
But as far as the service is, I'd say it's a great service for anybody who has extra money on the side, who wants to invest and have passive income, to where your Amazon is literally paying your bills, you know what I mean? And everything else is just going to your bank or pocket or wherever you want to spend it.
I like that. So it's, when we talk about risking and losing investments, I haven't had one client, should I say, that's actually lost their total investment here unless they quit. They quit, they just wrote it off. Maybe they were suspended for 2 days and then they just didn't want to do anything to try to get their store back. Give us the information that we need to, again, do what we have to do. If someone gets suspended, it's not reversible. We obviously tell them to create a new account, create a backup, whatever. But 9 times out of 10, we work on getting their store back, and so they're up and running. Again, entrepreneurship, it always has risk in everything. The biggest risk here, and I think even my last guy that I was on this live with, or should I say the IGTVs, my buddy Chris that also lives here in Atlanta, he said, I don't consider anything really a loss for money. I think it might be a loss of time, because all you have to do is just change out informations, and Tommy will obviously get your store back up and running, so you'll never lose your investment. And like I said, we do have a very legal 17-page law. I had to laugh at that because when I was showing him earlier, he's like, your contract has definitely gotten longer. I said, yes, yes, it has. So, we have a lengthy contract that obviously protects me and obviously protects you guys, to ensure that I'm going to give you guys obviously the best possible service that I can give you. Again, the past results of the clients do not guarantee any type of future results with anybody watching this video, okay? And before we let you go, the affiliate program, again, you refer 3 people to my service, you get one entry for the giveaway. If you're a current client, and for every single person that you refer, you get entered into the winning the Rolls Royce giveaway. The Rolls Royce giveaway, for those who are watching, is going to expire the end of this year. So December 30th or 31st, I believe it's the 31st that we're ending it. Whoever wins, we're going to, again, do this on the IG Live. I'm going to fly them out. We're going to get some food. We're going to sign the paperwork and the title and everything over to them. And again, hopefully, if you're one of the people that win this, or if he wins this, hopefully you guys make a smart decision and don't keep it and stun around and drive in almost a $500,000 car. Try to take that and sell it, make profits, because the car's still worth a couple $100,000 easily. You take that, you flip it, you put it in, again, you could put it in automation, you could put it in something else, whatever you guys choose that you want to put it in. So with that being said, so I feel like we covered a lot of the in and outs, and the good, the bad, the suspensions, the profits, the revenue. I always feel like I have to repeat it out loud, because now I feel like I'm missing something. I'm gonna hang up and I'm like, damn, I forgot to say that on the video. But anyways, guys, so with that said, if you're curious about my service, you just visit TommyRodriguez.com. You watch a video, it's 18 minutes long. Once you watch the video, you go ahead and book the call for $97 to get on the call with my team. And like he said, and like I said, if you can't pay the $97, if you're just one of the people that come into my DMs and say, hey, I saw the video on your website, I don't want to watch the video, can you just tell me the breakdown through TMs? This isn't for you at the end of the day, because I've had people do that. I've had people try to skip watching a video, and then they get mad at me because they feel like cornered of some sort, because I don't want to waste my time explaining something that's already in a video. When if you're serious about spending $25,000, if you can't pay the $97, what makes you think that I'm going to think that you're serious about spending $25,000? I mean, that's like saying, oh, Elon Musk, if he doesn't respond to my DMs, I'm never buying a Tesla. Or talk to Jeff Bezos, or, the owners of Apple. Like, that's just not the way the world works when you're a CEO. You can't just walk up and think, because, okay, if I don't talk to Elon Musk, I'm never buying a Tesla. Elon Musk doesn't have time for you. He doesn't care about your sale that much, that he's that serious. So again, my business, if you want me to take you serious, show me that you're serious, take it serious, and treat it like a business, not a hobby. So with that said, guys, we're going to keep doing lives, and depending on when you're watching this video, I'm going to be hosting an event for my Amazon automation clients on the November of 19th in Miami, and we're expecting to have about 60 to 100 plus people out there. So if you're one of my clients, or if you're watching this in a couple weeks before the event, you guys are more than welcome to come out there and meet us personally, shake our hand, get dinner, talk, mastermind, and a lot of cool stuff. So it's going to be a great time. So we have a lot of other cool things coming up for you guys. We appreciate you guys coming in, tuning in, and I appreciate you again for letting me come out, my man. And
we'll for the service.
Of course, more money to come.
Yeah,
so
real.
I'll see you guys at the top.